like preparing myself because I don't like to show up late and I don't like to show up unprepared. And I'm the worst person with technology. I don't know if you know this. This is a fun fact about mediums and psychics in general. We garner a lot of energy. Do you know how many technical malfunctions I suffer daily because
Really?
of the amount of energy that comes in? Because spirit likes to use energy to conduct because it's easy. So they'll flicker things or turn things off. I do Facebook Lives for a psychic source like once a month, every so often, and they change their live all the time, but there's always a technical glitch. Like I can't pin a comment or I can't do this because everything is glitching because of the
Really?
reading. So just FYI tidbit for those who are
Interesting.
wondering if you're like, am I psychic abilities and I can't use technology? You probably are psychic.
Interesting.
So there's my
Interesting.
little,
I liked, and yeah, and if I'm gonna be 4 minutes late, I will start texting you like five
yes.
minutes, and people are like, "You're gonna be 3 minutes late. You don't have to, like, that's fine." And I'm like, It's fine for you, thank you, but it's not fine for me."
Same.
I
I was in my acupuncturist like elevator the other day and I was like, I went to the wrong elevator and I was gonna be on time, but I wanted to let her know I was in the building. I'm like, just so you know, I'm in the elevator. She's like, you're the only person who texts me when you're not late. I don't understand. I'm like, well, I feel like, what if the elevator doesn't show up and I'm gonna be 2 minutes late? Your time is valuable. Like,
Yeah, I'm never late.
oh yeah.
As we wrap
Anyway,
up, so then
go
do
ahead. Go, go,
you,
go.
no, I mean, trust me, I could talk to you all day. Do you, like, when you come to like if you go to like a city like New York, even LA, like, are you, like, I would imagine, like, if you, I don't know if how often, if you have been to New York, but like, you're walking around the streets of New York, there's a lot going on. Like, do you get a lot when you're in a city that's busier as opposed, I mean, you're in LA, that's also a busy city as opposed to like, if you lived in, I don't know, Kansas or somewhere, no offense to Kansas, where there's not a lot of people. Like, does it geographically?
It is important. Those are very like uh I moved out of LA because there was too many people and doing the energy that work that I do, I need to be in like a suburbia, like away from
Yeah.
the majority of people because energetically it's extraordinarily draining. Like I do have my process of like shutting down, but since I do this for a living, I'm on 24/7. I feel people's energy. But when I do travel, when I finally do go to New York, I went to New York, but not New York City. I went to Lilydale, New York, which is the town that talks to the dead. It's outside of Buffalo. So I did go
Ah,
to the state of New York. But like, so like there's like certain areas, but every time I go to a city, I actually seek out their ghost tour. Like I go on their ghost tour. I go to the haunted locations. I'm going to Portland. I cannot wait to go to the Shanghai tunnels. I went to Denver, but I wanted to go to the Stanley. Haunted places are my forte. So I'll seek it out. But I will tell you, if you're talking about energies, absolutely. But at the same time, just because a place is like rural does not mean there's lingering crap that went on 200 years ago that is just reap roaring with energy. Where I'll just be like, oh my God, get me back to the busy city where I can feel living people's energy as opposed to these dead people that went through like hell. So it really just depends
interesting.
on geographic location, historical events, things like that. But actively, since I'm a ghost hunter, I will go to the most actively haunted places. So maybe I like to go visit the dead people a little bit more than I like the living, but I
Interesting.
also so if that makes sense, like
Interesting.
yes, but I do live in a rural part because I can't handle the amount of energy that people put off just going into the city. Like I can't wait to come out of the city. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I go and have fun and I'm like, I love LA. I love Hollywood. It's my hometown. But then I'm like, and I miss it. And then I come home and I'm like homesick for my hood. But then I'm also like, it's quiet.
Well, I do not do what you do, but I can tell you when I get on a plane and leave LA, where I do have a home in Hollywood, I also feel like, get me the fuck out of here. So
110% standing on
love
that.
it, but I can't wait to fly away out of it. I leave LA completely and utterly exhausted every time I am there.
Well, I will tell you, if you're in Hollywood too, you're talking about like an extraordinarily like haunted location too as well. Imagine the amount of disappointment
Interesting.
and success that's come out of those areas. So if you're even, I can already tell that you definitely have empathic abilities. I already know that you have some clairvoyance in you. I can already tell that you are one of our kind
Thank you.
already. So I can definitely feel it. You're really good at people. You're really good at judgment of people. I know when you like see someone walk in the door, you're like, oh hell no, like bye. You're like a very good judgmental person. So like you being in a place like Hollywood where this place has absorbed so much sorrow and unsatisfactory and broken dreams. It really is a city where one in a billion, one in a billion makes it, you know?
Mhm.
So being in those areas, it has so much history to it. And also just like how they tear down buildings and build buildings and stuff like that does not mean that remnants of that area is still not there. So being in a place like Hollywood with a sensitive like you're gonna leave and being like, oh, thank goodness. So if you can choose a more haunted location to live in Los Angeles, you found it.
I guess Hollywood, and that's because I live New York style and I live like in a building because I'd like to live. I don't want a house. So Hollywood is really where there are nice tall buildings and you can interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, I think that I say that all the time. Like, trust me, I have a lot of faults in this world and there's a lot of things I'm not good at. One thing I'm great at is yes, I can size some, like, it's not what you're saying. It's like I can tell you what you're really saying. That's how I'm able to analyze these shows that we watch. Cause I'm like, this is what happened on the show, but let me explain to you what this person is like in real life. And this is really what's happening. That's is my skill. Like I'm good at that. Mind you,
Love it.
I suck at so many things in this world. I do not have the abilities you have, but I can size someone up in like 2 seconds and 95% of the time be right on the money. That, yes. So if you're
We all
picking that
have
up, it
things,
is true.
though.
Again, I have many shortcomings. I do not
Are you kidding me?
pretend to
I
be.
fell up my stairs like 2 weeks ago and sprained my ankle. Like I can't navigate stairs. So if you are wondering about shortcomings,
And technology, I am right there with you.
technology.
I've gotten better at it over the years, but I mean, man, if there's a technology problem to have, I am running to the Apple store and being like, I have no idea what's going on. And usually it's a really simple fix.
I know.
So
I'm like, husband of mine, like, here's this. He's like, I'm like, yeah,
please
I come
fix
from like
this.
my father was an engineer. I'm like, I have a brother that works at NASA. Like, are you kidding me right now? Like, I got dead people. Like, and I'm so proud of
You
it.
have, listen, that is, I wish I had that skill. So, well, everyone needs to go to Psychic Source, download the app, pay $20, enter code VELVET. You can click reading now. All of the psychics are great. And if they want you particularly, they can, if you schedule it, it's not going to be $20, but they can search you by your name, Psychic Raquel, and then you can click reading now and it will tell them like how long a wait it is for you in particular.
They can just join my wait list and my schedule is posted. So they can definitely take a look and see what works for them. I'm not sure, honestly, like how the customer service side of, of our company works. Once again, not a techie person, but I do know they can go ahead and get in my line or, they'll know when I'm available. And, you know,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I'm excited.
I'm so glad. I know. I can't wait to have you back. We have so many other people we could have gotten
Yay!
to today, but that's what I love about these shows because I mean, the Teddy stuff, especially, was really important for me to kind of get your read on. So I appreciate this. I could have talked to you for hours and hours. Everyone download Psychic Source and keep in touch. We will do this again very soon.
I'm so excited to do it. Thank you so much for having me on. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too, love. Bye.
Bye.